And then in 1 quick minute, it's 5:55. Sorry, just adjusting the mic. Good morning, everybody. How are you? How are you? What's happening in your world? Where are you listening from? Good morning, Sonia. I've just seen your message. I will get back to you sometime this morning. I will. Let me just quickly jump over and share this, and then we're done. How's everybody doing? Everybody excited that it's Friday? Off to the weekend? Oh, plans for the weekend here in Brisbane. We've got River Fire tomorrow, which is these amazing fireworks that they. Good morning, everybody. These amazing fireworks that they do over the city. And then they've, got all the helicopters and the big, I don't even know what they're called, but the big F something planes, and it's really noisy and really loud, and it's super packed. So, yes, it's looking exciting. Awesome. Hey, Georgina. Yes, catching up with Amanda. Amanda Foy. Oh, no. Amanda? What? I don't know. What's happening? Hello. So this week I've been... I was just writing the list out today. Monday was obviously the launch party for the Kickstarter campaign, which, ta-da-ta-da, those of you that are following along at home, this morning we are at 6,000, which is, let me just have a look, 27% funded in 4 days. That's right, 27% funded in 4 days, which is pretty good. That's really good. So we've got a way to go. So we've got to keep the momentum going and keep sharing the goodness of that beautiful planner so that we can all have one, because I want one and I know you do too. Remember, if you're seeing the share button today, would you please share? This series that I've put together over these last 4 days is really important for people who are coming to this part of the year. It's the 29th of September today. It's the last Friday of the month. We're all a bit panicky and going, I was going to do this and I was going to achieve that, and I thought I was going to lose this much weight and save this much money, and I haven't. And I've put together this series to help you go through the next 3 months a little bit more gently, a little bit more self-love, but also with some steps to help you achieve what it is that you are looking to finish up and wrap up with for 2018. So today where I wanted to take you, so let's just have a quick review. For those of you that are watching for the first time, hi. A quick review. So we've talked about how important it is to, well, the first one was 5 reasons people suck at goals. So you need to go and look at that one. That was on Tuesday. That was 5 clear reasons that you need to go write down and start getting really clear about what your goals are. The second day we talked about the importance of focus and how weekly focus is important. You can't just write it out on the 1st of January 2017 and then get to September and go, crickets, where's my intentions, where's my goals? It's action, it's focus, and it's a weekly reflection. We also talked about the importance of grounding and gratitude to keep bringing us back into the vibe of all of the beautiful stuff that we already have and maintaining our high positive vibration. Because if we start to now then go into the sulky pants corner and throw a tantrum because we haven't achieved all the things we want to achieve, we're not going to achieve them, right? We need to just forgive ourselves. Go, you know what, you had all this other stuff to do and you've done an amazing job, and I'm so grateful for everything else that's happened in the 9 months, but here's where I want my focus to be for the next 3 months. So grounding and gratitude is really important to bring you into that space of where do I want to go, all right, and keeping your vibe nice and high. So today what I want to touch on is a little bit different, because we've imagined that we've done all those things. We've done the 5 things that I said at the beginning of the week. We've got the weekly focus. We're doing the grounding and the gratitude, and then we get to December, we're going, what's happening? Why aren't my intentions manifesting? Why, I'm focusing, I'm doing this, I'm doing the grounding, I'm doing the gratitude, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. There's something else that happens that took me a while to learn, took me a while to actually trust it, and it took me a while to understand it. And that is that we are part of something so much bigger than us. My world and my existence here on the earth is way bigger than this little person you can see on the screen right now. Literally little person. we have a cosmic influence, we have a universal influence, we have an environmental influence on our energy and on our manifesting. This looks like matter. So you're looking at me right now, and all of my energy together is making something look like matter, right? But basically, I'm energy. So if I'm just a walking bubble of energy, walking over here to another walking bubble of energy, and walking over there to another walking bubble of energy, and then I've got the energy of the plants that are around me, and the energy of the room that's around me, and the energy of the kids that have just woken up to join me. If we're all you're too short, nobody can see you. If we're all energy bubbles, then we need to match that energy, right? So my dad, your granddad, used to talk to me when I was a kid about the moon and how magical the moon was. And the moon was able to, when the moon was a certain shape, it would bring the tides in or the tides out. And I remember being really curious about that as a kid and going, how can that thing in the sky make that happen? Doesn't have a string, doesn't have a walkie-talkie, doesn't have someone down on earth doing it for them. It's this kind of universal energy magic, right? And then when I see it's all happening here this morning.
Hi, peeps.
The energy's on fire. Thanks for the coffee. Sorry. So if the moon is doing that, then maybe the planets beyond the moon are doing something, when they're moving around, because everything's moving all the time, right? The earth is moving, we're moving. So there's this constant energy moving and happening that we need to tap into. And if the moon can make the tides come in and out, then surely there's universal cosmic stuff that can help me manifest and create and co-create and have my intentions be there. Yeah. So I just want to really quickly touch on four things. The importance of the lunar cycle and looking at the lunar cycle and what it does. When there's a new moon, the new moon is an opportunity for a clean slate. The new moon for me and how I remembered that what new moon looked like was, it's actually, you can't see the moon at new moon. It's like a blackboard. It's like a clean slate where you can write away what your intentions are and what it is that you would like to create in your life. And then when the full moon comes around, which is obviously the big white dot in the sky, the energy and the cosmic energy of that, people in emergency services will tell you that full moon, when it's full moon, they're crazy. Their ambulance are busy, the police are busy. There's lots of craziness happening around that. It's an intense time. So this isn't something that I'm making up. This is something that people feel. And this is what I want to bring you back to all the time about your intentions, is feeling. So if there is that energy there underneath this big white dot in the sky, how can I tap into that energy to help manifest this intention that I've set? I'm doing my weekly focus. I'm checking in with myself every month. I'm checking in with myself every day. I'm doing my grounding and my gratitude. What else could I tap into? Let me tap into the energy of the moon. Let's see what happens. And the other thing that I invite you to do before I share the other three is approach all this in a playful, fun way. Don't roll your eyes. Don't go, oh my God, here we go. Why don't you just have a play with it and be curious and see what works and what doesn't work for you? I know that for me, that changed my life. When I started doing everything on a monthly timetable, whatever the word is, and set my intention under the new moon, release it under the full, everything started to change. And I do that once a month, religiously. Once a month, I actually go to a new moon circle, and I sit in circle with 10 women, and we create our intentions for the month. So tap into the lunar cycle. Here's another thing to tap into. The energy of numerology. Numbers. Now, numbers, I don't even want to go there. Numbers are a powerful thing. It is a way that we've communicated for a very long time by numbers, right? And the significance of a master day is the number 22. So to work out a master day, if you haven't got a Rich Living Planner, all of this is in the Rich Living Planner, by the way. If you haven't got that, you add up the days. So today is 29. So 2 plus 9 plus 9 plus 2 plus 0 +1 +7, right, to get the number. And then a 22 day, it's about mastery. So when you see a 22 day in your schedule, that is the day that you want to be building, and you want to be planning, and you want to be creating and putting together the action plan for what's to come next. Use that energy, tap into that, see if it works. It bloody does for me. So the lunar cycle works for me, and 2022 master days work for me as well. Eclipses. So if you've got all like going on, obviously in that lunar cycle, we've got the eclipses happening as well. They bring in a different energy. They bring a different energy to us here down on Earth. They make the animals do crazy things. Gardeners are aware of eclipses. Gardeners and farmers are aware of eclipses because how it affects their crops. Why aren't we doing that and going, okay, how's this going to affect me and affect my intentions and my place in the world? So tuning in, looking at what is the energy of an eclipse. Retrogrades. You know, the most famous one or infamous one is Mercury retrograde. Now, Mercury retrograde you can look at from two different angles. You can look at it from the Mercury when it goes into retrograde is all about our communication. It's often when you'll find that you might be in deep fighting mode with your way's the right way and your husband's wrong, or cranky, or not being able to communicate and get out what you want to say. Speaking of communication, it's also when people have issues with their tech. Their iPhone dies, or their computer backup didn't back up, or they can't log on, or something like that. Mercury retrograde is the influence there in our communication. So for me, tapping into those four things, I'll go over it again. What the planets are doing, what the moon is doing, so lunar eclipse and new moon, full moon, and when is it a master day? I bring those three things into my intention setting process so that I can use some of that energy as well. If we were all tapping into that kind of energy to co-create our lives, our service to humanity on this planet would magnify. So why can't, just looking at Emma's poo icon about Mercury retrograde. So number 11, they're the things that you need to pull into your intention setting process as well. If you're getting to the end of something going, well, that didn't manifest, but you've just come out of Mercury retrograde and you've been all of this space, maybe that's why. I don't have all of the answers, but I have what has worked for me time and time and time again. And, like I said, if you haven't got the Rich Living Planner, you can work out the numerology by adding up those numbers. You can go find the lunar cycles. You Google it, find the lunar cycles. But for me, and I know for the guys that have got the planner, when you're looking in the planner and you can see all that, you can actually organize what you're doing and when, and tap into the energy of that. What I'm saying is be aware, notice, tap in. Oh, I could have a little bit of extra. I could have a bit of extra of that and an extra of that. So see how that goes. Let me tell you that we've just had new moon. So full moon is, where? Full moon is on the 20th of October. And our next master day is on the 29th of October. So, I'm planning out my October here now. And I'm noticing, okay, that's a master day. It's a Sunday. I don't care. It's a master day. I'll be doing some stuff there. New moon was on the 6th, if you needed to know that. Awesome. So that's all. Somebody's saying they just need to get their head around chakras. No. We've lots to do. We got to tap into everything and see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Yeah? All right, awesome. I'm just going to, before you go, I'm just going to grab the link in case anybody wants to pre-order a planner. It is there. Awesome. So have a beautiful weekend. I'm coming back next week, and for the next week, we'll just keep going. with some more tips and some more inspiration around this time of the year and preparing and getting ready for going into this final quarter of the year. The other thing is make sure you're on my email list, because there's 3 free lessons coming over email over the next 10 days, I guess, over the next 2 weeks. There's some, oh, look at that. It's 11:11 in Greece. I love numbers. Sorry. So yes, if you're not on my email list, let me know so I can add you to it, because there's some lessons coming over the next couple of weeks about stuff and getting through stuff and moving through stuff and creating a life that you love and having holidays that you want and paying off credit card debt and getting all of that shit sorted in your life. It'd be great to be able to do that before the end of the year, wouldn't it? And I think that's all I need to do. Yeah, so next week we're going to be talking a little bit more about mindfulness, more about self-love. God bless you. And yeah, I'll see you next week. See you guys.